Hello guys, my name is Swingcat, and this is lesson 1 for the command line tutorial on C++. I've got a few things to say before we get started. If you're an advanced C++ programmer, then these first few lessons may not be for you. Come back in a month or two. And if it has been quite a while, then I'll have a link to the whole playlist in the description below. Number 2, I have some background noises because my house is generally pretty loud, so bear with me here. Number 3, my mic that I usually would use isn't working with my computer right now. I'll try and have that fixed by lesson 2. Please stick with me though here, because this introduction will give you a look into how I'm going to conduct my lessons, as well as C++ itself. This lesson is the foundations that will help you throughout the course. I will not post any code in the description below or in the comments. You're free to ask questions and post your own code in there, but I will not be posting any code. This is a lesson, not a handout. I would suggest reading, writing, and reading. Read what I've written, write what I've written, and then read what you've written. That's how many programming students learn. What will you learn in this lesson? This lesson you won't learn a great deal. It's just an introduction lesson. You'll learn what is C++, how's it used, and then we'll write what's called a say hello program, where we'll be doing some advanced features for where we're at right now. So if you don't understand all of what's going into the program, don't worry, that program is just there, so when we get to those steps, you can use that as a template or as a reference back. So let's get into it. What is C++? C++ is a coding language, just like Python or JavaScript. C++ is part of the C-line languages, aka C, C#, and Object-C. What does that mean? That means that C++ in its core is derived from the C language. All of these C coding languages are derived from the original base C language. C++ is actually on a rise at the moment. Come end of 2012, C++ was on a downhill spiral, but now it seems to be rising steadily in popularity. So if you want to learn one programming language that's easy to use, easy to learn, but still very useful, then C++ is the one for you. There are other things which we'll touch on later as well. What is C++ used for? Mostly either game dev or command line AI functions. So what do I mean by that? Well, many AI functions are actually coded in JavaScript, but there are a select few of robotic functions. The programmers are now trying to use C++ for its flexibility in a way. It basically means that C++ is able to do a lot of things with minimal amounts of code that other coding languages just can't stand up to. Other uses include website creation, and calculators, both GUI and command line, both of them which I have created before. In this tutorial, we'll actually create a command line calculator in a later on episode. So now it's time for the coding. We're going to create what's called a say hello program. Some of your programs, when you open it, will actually come with a hello world program already automatically generated. So that's why we're going to move from that, because I feel like that's too easy. I feel like for you to get an understanding of how this tutorial is going to work, we're going to go a little bit harder. But if you're stressing out because of this, please don't. I don't mean to stress you out. I just mean to assure you that we will get through this together. If there are anything that you concerns or questions that you want answers to, there is always the comment section below. I will check the comment section of every video, no matter how old it is in this series. And so I'm thinking about doing the coding in a separate video, just to keep the video length to as shorter as possible. So I'll see you in lesson 1, part 2, coding.